You just said something. You said what happened when you were younger. Is it something you...
I think we can talk about it if you want to, yeah.
What happened?
You know, most of us sexual abuse, isn't it? So, and it happened when I was 4. And
4 years old.
Yeah, and at the time, the person that it happened with, I thought, because you're 4, isn't it? So everything's so much bigger than you. So I thought the person was much older than me.
Yeah.
The person was 10 years older than me, so he was still a kid himself.
Still a kid,
but it was wrong.
Definitely.
And only years after, and over the years, it's something that would always keep coming back into my head. But when I was 11, I woke up one day in Germany, and I woke up and I said, Mum, this thing happened to me, and I'm trying to figure it out. And when I told my mum, she believed me straight away. She didn't even do no weird questioning. She called everyone up first, and from that moment on, I realised I was a victim. And then it set me free, and I realised, but then after that, I became a survivor. So this is one of the reasons why I say I have no shame of anything that happens, because I think a lot of things that I've done throughout my life were trauma responses, were trauma bonding, or thinking, because I talk about it so honestly and so blasé. That's why I didn't bring it up until someone asked me about it. Because before someone I'd be like, oh, that's happened to me, but I got over it. Because I've got over it in a way because I could speak about it so freely. It's part of my life. That's the only thing that happened a few times with that person. That's
Were
the
they
only
family member or?
Well, I would say, because obviously that's the family I was around, that they, and it wasn't anyone immediate. It was someone's house that we'd go to. Yeah. And I remember the person would call me, and their sister would say to me, "Oh, come into the room." And what's his name's calling me? I'm like, I don't want to go, because I just go in there. And I'm like, I don't want. I remember saying I don't want to, because I remember him doing it, and I remember him penetrating me and me bleeding. I remember that moment like it was yesterday. But at the same time, just not understanding what was going on. And I remember my mum would say to me, 4. Yeah, because this is before I moved to Germany. So. But then when my mum was saying something to me, like last year, she said something to me about, because back in the day you used to sit with your legs wide open in front of your stepdad. I used to be like, why are you sitting like that? Close your legs. And she never used to understand it. And I didn't know what I was doing. So I was being very sexual. And then to the point, like when you think that you're that's another thing that I thought when it happened to me, that once I understood that it wasn't my fault, every time I'm doing anything sexual, I think I'm in control. So if I'm having sex with someone, it's because I want to have sex with them. But you're still using it. It's still a trauma response.
It is a trauma response.
But you don't realise that you're giving your body away because I'm in control. You're not in control of anything. No. If you're just doing it because you think that you're in control.
You want to feel like you're giving it.
Yeah,
and instead of it being taken.
Take it. There you go. So anytime anyone tells me, oh, be sexy, don't tell me to be sexy. Or do this, don't tell me. If I want to do something, I'm doing it. Then obviously at one point, then the drugs came in. When you start to realise that something is a bit wrong. And I think even with the label thing and me saying, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing here. And that's when I went to this little spiral
you have to get away.
Yeah. So I literally, there was a whole period that I was just getting high, drunk, just doing bare debauchery, but I enjoyed it.
Trying to...
I'm not gonna, when I look back on it now, if I hadn't gone through that, I would have been I would be like, oh guys, you can go, my mum believed me, you can get over it, it's so easy to heal, don't be silly. Because remember, not everyone has my mother. No. Not everyone has that same experience that I had.
It's interesting. I've not shared before, actually.
Yeah, go on.
So,
Go on, talk.
So one of my uncles came over from America. Hadn't been part of the family. Yeah. And found him and brought him over, sort of thing. And it wasn't full on, but it was everything leading.
Yes.
And I just knew that this didn't feel like this wasn't appropriate. Yeah. But at the same time, I was scared. Do you know what I mean?
You don't know what's going on?
Yeah.
How old were you?
But early secondary school.
So what age is it? Because I'm
about 12. Yeah. And so he was trying to do inappropriate type stuff. No penetration or anything like that, but he was trying to show me sexual things.
Which you shouldn't have been doing.
No, but again, this is somebody that's family, but not really family because we don't know you. Yeah. But we brought you into the house because you're family.
Yeah.
And I remember just coming out the room and I went and I told my nan. And I love that woman so much, miss her, R.I.P. my nanny. But she raised me in such a way that I knew that anything I tell her, she's gonna believe and listen.
Yes.
And she got him out of it.
God.
Same time, he was out of there. She didn't care that it was her son that she ain't seen.
It didn't how made anyone else feel. Exactly.
Out of there.
Exactly.
And she got him deported back to where he come from.
Yep.
And she washed her hands of him.
Do you know how that? The emotion, because that's what it is. Because I think with black families, the shame, you don't want people to know.
Shame and
don't say nothing. And my mum was one of the people straight away.
Yeah.
But you know what was really sad though? Because obviously, because I told her when I was 4. No, it happened when I was 4. Told her when I was 11. Then somehow I end up being back around that family.
Oh my god.
But and to the point, even when it blew up again, because I've not been around that whole situation for 20 years now. But
I've never said that actually.
babe, listen, this is
It's your openness though.
No,
like
but
I feel like I'm on your show sharing.
But we're on each other's show. Honestly, Trina, it's the mountain pot. The mountain pot's the same because it's about the ingredients that made us. Like everything, anything good, bad, has happened to us is the reason why we're here. Oh wow. No.
I love that and I think this is the lesson as well. Like parents, like you've got to listen to your kids.
You've got to listen to your kids.
And I know there's some mothers that think that your daughter's trying to take your man.
Yeah, and that's crazy to me.
Like, no, like watch the man.
But then maybe you have to think about, because I think even
what they've been through.
Yes, because even the guy that happened to me, I found out that their mum was sexually again. So when we told him, she's like, "No, I would never this," defending him straight away because she was shamed into what happened to her. So when we're telling our things, and my mum standing up for me, her mum didn't stand up for her like that. She had to. I think she ended up having a kid. That was like all these things. I'm not going to talk about because I still loved. Besides that happening to me, that family was the most amazing family. This is nothing that hurts you because where I grew up with, that family was so amazing to me. Like they raised me. They're part of the reason why I'm who I am as well. My mum as well, but that family, a beautiful family. I love them to death. But that situation that happened, I can't pretend like it didn't happen because it did happen to me. So, but to the point where I actually forgave him. Because I'm in that place. Because this is what I understand with God. Because I realised I don't think he even knew. Because no one could. If your mum's not
Do you think he was troubled?
I don't know if he was troubled. But if your mum's gonna react that way, not even say, because even if he's 15, innit? So he's a boy still. So once your mum should have a conversation with you
straight away.
But it was a thing of I'm lying as far as they're concerned, and what she did, and trying to blame everything else on everyone else. And that's when you go. That's what I thought. And the older I got, I started to realise. There's nothing would have happened. Nothing can ever save that situation. If their own people are not taking accountability, why would anything I say to you now is going to change your thing? So, and I think even when it was brought up again recently, because someone in the family, they had some memories coming back and they wanted me to be there and stand up for them. And I said, of course I'll be there for you. So I addressed it again. And I ended up talking to the person. They left me this voice like, "You're a liar. I didn't do that to you." And I think to the point, but I think he might have even forgotten what happened because it's so much how people just brushed it under the carpet. No one spoke about it, but everyone knows it happened because when it happened at the time, everyone spoke about it. And I remember I'm 11. Why would I come out? I'm living in Germany. I'm never having this conversation with people talking about.
Who's just gonna make this up?
Why would and the kind of kid that I was, as you can see with me, I'm quite a happy, joyful. I was never looking for attention. I'm not an attention-seeking person.
You don't need it.
So when it happened. And it's bad because as I said, when I talk about it like it's so blasé, and that's what I think sometimes why I don't try to talk about it because I don't want people to think that I'm not respectful.
Like you're trivializing.
Yeah, trivializing. I'm not respectful of anyone else's journey or whatever else, or how impactful that moment was for me because it changed me for life. Like every time I think about it, that moment that happened to me, I know that my body started having feelings that I shouldn't have been having as a 4-year-old. I was having sexual feelings like that.
That's a lot.
What is it? What everyone to kind of touch me in a certain way, which. And then even when I got older, I was still feeling that way. But then because once I told my mum, didn't realise how bad it was,
And how did that impact like your adult relationships?
Again, it's like, so I would, every time I realised that me using my sexuality as my control thing, I would then kind of remove myself from situations, kind of maybe sometimes even become like a celibate for a bit, you know what I mean? But then I'd meet someone and then, and usually what would always be a thing that would kind of get me into connect with people is my music. Someone would be like, "Oh, I really like your music." Because that for me is, that represents me. My music is, so if you like my music, it means you like me, like you get me. So I would always end up meeting people that would say something about my music or were interested in my journey. I'm like, oh wow. And by the end it would always turn out to be very, again, it was just they weren't really listening to anything I was saying.
They just wanted the opportunity to get in your space.
And there you go. And then after that started to realize again, oh wow, so this sexual thing, because then my way of rewarding that person would be me being sexual and giving them my sex. Thinking, oh, this is how you oh, let me give you, oh, you see me, this is how I repay you. And then also now by the end of every relationship I would find myself then, when it wasn't right, I would stop kind of caring. I'd sometimes be in my bed for like just marinating in nonsense, and then those people would still come and have sex with me. And that's when I thought, wow, this is
people
weird.
Don't care,
People don't care.
They just want to get what they want to get.
And anyone that was in my last relationship, as I said, the most amazing person, like he could see that and he would never take advantage of that. I'd be able to be secure with him and he'd know and he'd look and he would never make me. And I remember I told him certain things and I'm like, wow, that's the reason why I have so much respect for the.
You got them.
Yeah, because I was the same because I could see when he was not in a place of security, like he felt vulnerable. And right now you just need me to be here to see you as the person that you are without it being that. So and I'm so open. Anyone asks me anything, I'm so open about it. But I know that not everybody is ready to receive it and understand it.
I feel like this particular topic, I think, especially in our community, it has to be spoken about.
It has to be spoken about.
Because it is normally those that are close to you, like places that are supposed to be safe spaces. That those are where these things are transpiring. And I think probably the message to like parents and that, look at your children, look at their behaviours, see if they've changed, have they got quiet, you know, like my kids are probably sick and tired of me.
Are you okay?
Did anyone touch you?
You know it's not...
Don't let them take you in a room.
Yeah.
Like,
and don't let them take, because that's another thing. Because I think he must have said to me something. He must have said to me, obviously, when I'm thinking about it, don't say nothing. Because clearly, why? Because usually I used to be, well, because this is before I moved to Germany. So it was a thing of, he might probably said, don't say nothing to anyone. Because my mum would have, when I got to be, I think that's why I told my mum. Because once I got to live with my mum was one of them straightforward, say it. She doesn't mince her words
as it
kind
is.
of person. She sees something wrong, she doesn't care if you don't talk to her again, she'll call it out. But everyone before that was this whole hush, don't say nothing, just in case it's embarrassing the family.
Shame and all this. Yeah, my nanny was very much the same. Like, sometimes I used to think, oh my God, someone's going to do something to her. Someone is definitely going to do something to you, nanny. You can't just say what you want to say.
And never, they would try.
They'll never. That's what she's going to say. Let them try.
That's what my mum was like. Let them. And my mum's
like,
small, you know.
Nanny, please, nanny.
No, you need them. She sounds, that's what.
She was so out there. Like, everyone know, if you know my nanny had zero tolerance
for nonsense.
She was always for what's right, and she would defend it to the end.
Yeah.
Like,
same here.
Yeah.